Hi there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Brill and I are here today to talk about an absolutely wonderful book that we just love so much. It's touched our hearts so deeply, and we hope that talking about it will help you become interested in it too, and maybe you will end up loving it as much as we do. So, the book in question actually relates to the theme I'm going to be talking about today, which is our summer reading theme, Oceans of Possibilities. So, we're just about in the middle of July right now, which means that summer reading is more than halfway over already. What? Can you believe that? How can it be more than halfway over? It feels like the summer just started. But it is almost getting to the end of it. We've only got a few more weeks left. So that's okay. If you haven't started your reading log yet, that's totally fine. There's still plenty of time to sign up and get started on reading and sign up for some really great prizes as well. Now, the theme of the summer reading this year, which you probably know, maybe not, is Oceans of Possibilities. So, for the next couple weeks until summer reading is over, I thought it would be great to talk about some adult books that are themed around the ocean or revolve around the ocean, and that might be kind of fun to tie into the summer reading theme. Now, you don't obviously have to read any books that are related to the theme for them to count towards your reading goal, but sometimes I think it's at least fun to just kind of match them up that way. But it's totally up to you. But this book is really popular right now. It came out a couple months ago and has been getting a lot of really great praise. I picked it up to try it and immediately fell in love with it. And my shirt is actually kind of a little hint about one of the main characters in the story, which is a giant Pacific octopus. So, what is this book that I am talking about? It is Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Remarkably Great Creatures. So, one of the main characters in this book, like I said, is a giant Pacific octopus, which is crazy. You would not really think of that kind of animal or creature being the main character of a story and narrating the story, but he is. And the thing that is so beautiful about this story is that it is about a friendship between this octopus and a human. So the octopus's name is Marcellus. He is the one who is narrating this lovely story. He is snarky. He is a very proud, majestic creature. He kind of looks disdainfully at humans. But I mean, who can blame him? He's used to seeing them, come into his enclosure and tap on the glass and point and talk about him. So yes, he is living in captivity at this aquarium because they found him hurt when he was younger, and then they brought him, rehabilitated him, and now he lives in this aquarium. So he still remembers what it is like to live in the wild, free ocean, but these type of creatures don't have a very, very long lifespan. So he knows that he will most likely meet his end in this enclosure in the aquarium, which is devastating to him. So despite this, and despite this bleak scenario that he's facing, he actually befriends this really elderly lady named Tova, who is the cleaning lady at night for the aquarium. So ever since her husband passed away, Tova has been working nights at the aquarium just for something to do, to keep herself busy. She really likes to clean. It gives her a purpose. And she strikes up a friendship with this creature. Both of them, both Tova and Marcellus, are very lonely beings. So the way that they reach out to each other and just have this friendship is just absolutely beautiful. So Marcellus is very, very intelligent. So one thing I do want to say is I did not know much about these animals at all before reading this book, and I learned a lot about them. One of the things I learned is that they are extremely, extremely intelligent. So Marcellus has figured out a way to get out of his tank at night, and he rambles through the aquarium. He's figured out how long he can be away from his enclosure with the water before he starts to, feel ill from that. So he goes on these adventures at night. Tova finds out that he's doing this, and instead of reporting it and making sure he can't do it again, she helps him because she realizes that this is something he needs to do to feel some kind of measure of freedom in his life. And like I said, they strike up this friendship. Now, Tova, as in addition to her husband passing away, she endured a tragedy when her 18-year-old son, way back in the day, disappeared without a sound, without a trace. So they couldn't figure out what happened to him. His boat was found in the water. They think he committed suicide, but she knows that, her son would never do something like that. So it's always been this kind of mystery what happened to her son Christopher all those years ago. Well, it turns out that Marcellus knows what happened to her son, and he recognizes her, and he knows who she is in relation to her son. And so he knows what happened, and he has to try to communicate with her what happened to her son, how he met his end, if that's what happened, or if he just disappeared. And so watching these two characters just communicate and meet each other on a level of friendship and just companionship was so beautiful. An octopus is not a cuddly creature or furry sweet animal that you think of immediately when you think of companions to humans and their friendships, but their relationship in the story was beautiful. I was sobbing at the end of this book. It was so beautiful, such a beautifully sad, perfect ending to this story, and I just loved the relationship between these two. There's a lot of other things going on. There's other characters in the story as well that are fantastic. Everybody is really fleshed out and just feels like their own person. But it's really just this relationship between Tova and Marcellus that is just carries this story and is so beautiful. I can absolutely understand why this book is getting so much praise, because it is a remarkable book. See what I did there? So I highly recommend reading this if you love stories like this. It is also a Read with Jenna book, so it is one of those book club selection books, if that means anything to you as well. But yeah, this book is absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful story. If you're looking for a great read, especially one that has to do with the ocean in the summertime, this is a great one. Remarkably Bright Creatures. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds really fascinating and interesting, and I hope that you will read it and love it as much as I have. Please feel free, like I said, to pick it up from Farmington Community Library, and also please give this video a like. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.